Okay, guys, so my dough kept rising, and I kept having to add flour to it. And now I've just kind of pounded it out. And here we have, it looks like the dough for an extra large pizza, something like that. But it's also our garlic crust. So what we're gonna do, we're actually just gonna portion it. We're gonna maybe do thirds. And with the thirds, I'm gonna flatten it out on the cutting board, and then I'm going to make it fit on the air fryer tray. So basically, we want a nice thin crust sitting on the air fryer tray, as thin as we can get it, so that it's also, you know, so that it's also delicious. So this dough is at a pretty good point here. I could roll it again. It's like you want to roll the dough into a ball while you're letting it rise. And depending on how you've prepared your dough, you could have really nice fluffy dough right away, or you could be waiting a while for it to rise, etc. You know, this is a little bit different because we have garlic in here, but you just got to practice this. It's really easy once you get a hang of it. It's like, it's just about getting that frothy brew into the flour with a little bit of oil and salt, and then you let it just like, with the warmth, you let it sit in the ball of dough. So, yeah, give me a few seconds here, guys. I'm going to let it rise a little bit, and then I'm going to just slice off a little piece, and then I'm going to prepare it on the air fryer tray. So here it is, guys. This turned out pretty well, and it's nice and fluffy, and it's cooled down, so it's not going to do much rising now, but it's pretty pretty decent. So what we're going to do, and when it goes through the air fryer, it's going to rise again. So it's a nice mess of well mixed through dough. And basically, that's what you're going for. You're going through a good mixture, and you want to keep adding flour when it gets too raw. So here, I'm gonna take a third of it, something like this. And now I'm going to roll this out. So give me 1 second here. Okay. So here we have about a third. So here you go. It's a nice crust. It's got garlic in it, flouring it lightly here. And then and that's that. And now we still have this raw dough here. It's getting raw, a little bit raw. We're gonna just like press it into, just let it sit. You don't want to keep pressing it into a ball. If it's turning raw, you sprinkle it just a little bit, but you just let it chill. You don't give it a nice little pat. It might rise a little bit more. And that's it, guys. That's a really good crust here. And I'm gonna start topping this. I'm gonna make this into a pizza. I've got about two more pizzas over here. It's really about having that thin crust when you put it into the air fryer. This is gonna rise up nicely. Anyhow, it's gonna be nice and fluffy. It's gonna be a perfect crust. So this one turned out really well. And yeah, I mean, go see my first video how I began. It begins with your frothy cup. So you need a frothy cup. It needs to go into the flour with a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt. You want to mix that up, and then you want to slowly add flour until it turns into a bread. And then when it rises, it's going to start to turn a little bit raw, and that's when you want to sprinkle it with flour some more, beat it down, and then you want to you want to roll it into a ball. That's where you want it resting, is in a ball, because that it keeps the heat in, and then it'll basically begin to inflate your dough. So that's my tip, is basically when you're waiting for your dough to inflate, make sure it's in a ball. It doesn't have to be, you kind of want to bring it into that. Yeah. So here's the remainder of my dough. This could be a small, medium pizza, but for the air fryer, this is two. This is two pizzas right here for the air fryer. So that's about, I don't know, 3.5 cups of flour. It's about a cup of pizza, which is really good actually. It's a really good way to portion the pizza, because every cup is let's see here. What is this? A third cup. 30 grams. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much each one is here, but it's probably about. I would say it's about 400 calories, 300 calories maybe, and then you add the toppings, and so this may be 600 calories, 600, 700 calories for a small pizza through the air fryer. You've got two more of them, so it's like if you had made an extra large pizza, it'd be like over 2,000 calories, something like that. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna put this through the air fryer just now, and I'm gonna show you the finished result. It's gonna be awesome. Hey guys, so here's the pizza. It's pretty nice. It's gonna be. You can see the crust is like nice and crispy. It rose up. How we had it flat, how it inflated during the air fryer process. So I'm just gonna cut this up, and I have more dough that's left over here, and I'm basically going to turn the rest of this into pizza as well. So I have kind of two slabs of dough now. And I'll roll this out into nice little into flat pizza dough, and put it back onto the air fryer tray, and pile up a plate full of pizza. So anyway, guys, there you go. That's how you make dough from scratch in a pizza fryer. This is garlic dough, and it's all made from scratch with the yeast and the pizza dough. There's a specific pizza flour that you want to make with it. So anyway, guys, the trick is when making pizza in the air fryer to keep the dough nice and thin, add the toppings lightly, and there you go.